welcome back to another episode of NFT Artist Spotlight, hosted by AstroZero. Please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Thanks.
Today on AstroZero Spaces, we have Polygon NFT creator and game developer from Ukraine, Edgy Veggies. Thanks for staying up so late and talking to our community, man. I really appreciate it. Can you tell us, is this the first NFT project that you've started with, or have you been involved with other ones prior to this?
Yep, to be honest, this is the second project. First one was on Ethereum, but those was kind of a test one. Like tested it out, how it works, what are the communities are, what can you do in this space, etc. And then I switched to these Edgy Veggies somewhere in October last year.
What made you decide to go like the farm vegetable type, community-based video game route?
Well, it started with this PFP collection, and why vegetable? This is interesting question. I just checked what was available at the market, and I saw everybody have some mostly animals. So I decided why not to do some plants. If all the animals are already taken, it's like apes, lions, you name it. Also, there are some CryptoPunks and CryptoPunks-like projects with people, but I haven't seen any plants, any vegetables in this space. So I decided to fill this blank space, and here we are.
Pretty good idea. I mean, it's always good to look at something that's not so saturated. I haven't seen any fruits or vegetables really, I don't think, anywhere in the NFT space. So I guess you found your way in. So it's a smart marketing strategy. So what made you decide to go a video game route rather than some other sort of utility for the NFT project?
Well, to be honest, I was thinking about creating my own video game for about 4 or 5 years now. And as I told like a while ago, I have some friends, some fellows, and they all are more or less from the video game industry. Okay, here in Ukraine we have several big companies such as Crytek, Ubisoft, basically all the AAA video games. Companies have some research and development office here in Kiev. I don't know why. Probably they think that local programmers are smart. Personally, I doubt it because I'm one of them. But this is the case. So I have tons of friends from the industry, and like every time we meet, gather around, it was like even to the the joke when we will start to do our own game. So probably this is how it started, and this is how it this is some reflexes from the previous meetings with my friends. So this idea is not new, and in the end of last year, it appeared that I have enough free time and enough resources to start with at least something small.
Are you the only one working on this, or do you have a team with you?
Sorry?
Are you the only one working on the project, or do you have a team of people working with you as well?
So as I told, it's mostly myself, but I have fellows. One person is helping me with the graphics and art, and another person is helping me with the sounds and we with the overall game design also.
So, in order to access the game, you need both the NFT of your Edgy Veggie, and you would also need a Game Pass in order to play. Correct?
It's either or. So it's either a pass or a wedgie. The difference between the two is the amount of perks, in-game perks that are enabled by this NFT. So the bronze pass is the smallest one with the less perks up to the gold pass and then to the wedgie. Wedgie NFT brings the biggest perks and the biggest boost to the game.
Now, was some sort of inspiration behind this game? Was it Farmville on Facebook? Because that's the first feel that I got when I opened it up. I immediately thought about Farmville, but it's a lot interesting than Farmville to me.
Well, to be honest, and like this is the really honest answer, I haven't ever played Farmville, but I definitely should because everyone keeps telling me that it's kind of similar. But there is a whole bunch of games which are like more or less similar, this casual type of games, which are the farm simulators. So I believe Farmville wasn't first and is not last, but it's most knowledgeable one. Everyone knows it except myself. So I will definitely try it. Probably even this week.
Well, that's pretty funny, actually. Now, did you decide to mint on Polygon specifically because it's an easier path to go when you're creating a game, as far as the overall price that it takes to run the game, as opposed to Ethereum, or was it just kind of you wanted to experiment on a new chain?
Yeah, it's mostly because of the costs, because probably no one would like to open a chest with some gold or gems. If the chest costs $2, but the gas fee will cost $30. Okay, so this is exactly the answer why it's on Polygon.
How does the play to earn element work for the game? People do earn Matic, from what I've seen, if you kind of get high onto the leaderboards. And how difficult is it to earn when you're doing the play to earn element?
So basically everyone earns. It's not only some top leaders or something. If you will scroll down the leaderboard and you play it today, you can find yourself also there. So there's a full list of players who did some actions in the game and earn some Matic. So current play to earn, like current earn structure is the percentage of the game revenues that I make. However, after we reach a milestone of the 50% passes minted, there will also be token. There is a plan to launch our own token and maybe bind it to in-game currencies. But this will also community to decide in the future when we will hit those milestones. Current Matic awards are distributed between all the players accordingly to the in-game actions that they took. Basically, not almost, but all the in-game actions that are related to spending or earning in-game coins are binded to some amount of XP points. So if you spend 1 coin in the game, you earn 1 XP point, 1 XP like experience point. And if you spend 1 coin in the game, you also earn 1 experience point. Then all those points from all the players are summed up, and then the prize pool is divided accordingly to the amount of experience points that people earn during the week with the weekly payouts. Hope I made it a bit clear.
Yeah, I kind of understand how the entire leaderboard works. Going back to the coin that you're going to be launching to coincide with the game once you hit, I think it's the 60% threshold. Yeah, the 60% threshold on your roadmap. Have you decided what chain you're going to launch the coin on? Is it also going to be on Polygon? Are you going to do a BSC token, or which one have you decided on, or you haven't decided?
This is not decided yet. Furthermore, I will also listen to community suggestions there. So there will be several voting process with all the community. And this way we will be able to decide together how we're doing it and which way we go.
How far along are you on your roadmap so far?
Well, currently it's about 300 passes minted, which means it's less than 10%.
Okay. When you hit the 40%, when you hit the 40% part, this is what really caught my eye. You said you're going to give the community the ability to decide whether or not they want to enable PvP. So how are you going to have PvP from farm to farm?
There are different options to evolve the game. It could be, for example, another game scene, you know how the medieval cities were built. It's like there were farms, and then in the center of the farms and the living places for the regular people, it being a castle with all the medieval, more like military and administrative infrastructure. So you can easily evolve the game, this particular game, into this kind of stuff. So you press a button, and now you are transferred from the farm to the city center, where you build the military economy. And on the farm scene, you build the overall food and production economy. So this is one of the options. I have several other options, but I will keep it in kind of secret for now.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's interesting though. How you decided to do it. Kind of reminds me of how you would play on the game Risk. You know, you would kind of zoom in on the map. You would hit the specific country that you want to invade, and then there would be like a zoom in close combat feature, and then
Yep. Totally kind of that.
All right. So going back to the game itself, now maybe I misread it, but are you able to actually earn in-game NFTs as you're playing?
This feature will come really soon. I will airdrop it inside the mini game, the gold mining sessions. There will be some rules if you play it. This mini game, probably you saw that something is moving during the game process, like kind of a parallax effect. So this will be binned there. This will be one of the game mechanics.
Are you going to have other mini games incorporated into it, similar to the gold mine? The gold mine was actually a lot of fun when I was playing it. It took me a second to figure out how it worked, but once I got the hang of it, it was pretty good. And it makes you think.
I have at least 3 in the roadmap, and they are pretty different, starting from some fishing mini game to casino mini game. And again, before starting the implementation, as always, I will ask the community what are the preferred games for them. Maybe someone wouldn't like the casino, the majority. I don't know. I need to ask. Maybe someone wouldn't like the fishing or something. So on each major step, I usually ask the community what they prefer. Even now with the, I'm adding the game content at least once per week, a new building, a new structure, a new goods, or new plants. So even now I'm asking people to vote like for the next building. For example, the last vote was whether they want to have next the sheep farm or the cows farm. So people voted for cows. I thought to do sheeps initially, but now I will have to do cows this week. So this is how it works.
Yeah, you gotta listen to the people. So going to the NFT collection, how many total Veggie NFTs did you decide to put out in the collection?
There is 1,000. I've listed 400 now on the OpenSea, and I did a huge mistake that I minted, particularly there on OpenSea, without some smart contract. And after that, I faced the fact that OpenSea doesn't have any API to the Polygon network whatsoever, and it took me a while to figure out how can I incorporate this collection inside the game at all. But now everything is okay, but I had to, solve several engineering problems in order to do so. So it was kind of a waste of time in the end of the road.
What made you decide to do such a small collection as opposed to these 10K collections that a lot of people are doing?
First of all, I had like some amount of trades, okay? And I decided that 1K will fit the best, so they won't look too similar. That's why, probably. And on top of that, in order to like sell out 10K collection, it takes really, really more resources from the even marketing point of view. So,
No, I was just going to ask you, what type of marketing have you started any marketing campaign yet, or what are you doing to get the word out about your project?
Well, this is amazing. I signed some US-based company like 3 weeks ago, and they have to start exactly now, I believe. It's been delayed a couple of times because of different reasons, but it should be started somewhere this night. What they do is like some Discord marketing, some influencers on Twitter and on Instagram. And I believe that's more or less it.
All right. Did you do all the artwork for all the NFTs, or did you have somebody else do it for you?
As I told, I have some fellow designer who helped me out also with this part.
Sorry, I got a phone call in the middle of asking you a question. So if somebody goes and they sell their veggie on the secondary market after they purchase it, do you have royalties built into it? And if so, does the money from the royalties get redistributed into the pooled matic that you're going to be giving people as a reward for the play to earn?
There is 2% royalties built into Veggies collection, same as into the in-game items collection. Those are two different collections, as you may notice. And yeah, those are also redistributed. This is the place where we like raising the funds in order to make it play to earn. I calculated, I believe, more or less correctly, and according to my calculations, it will be able to live like almost forever with appropriate spendings on some marketing. It will be able to, handle itself and stay profitable for people. And then there won't be such cases that, some bots.
Do you have a question?
Yes, I do. Are you the coder or are you the designer of the website? You said you have a guy who does the artwork and a guy who does the, music and stuff. What is your role in this game?
I'm the technical person. What I'm do is mostly the coding stuff and also some design when I have to, but I'm pretty slow at designing. So it's better to have someone to help me out on these particular cases. But all the coding is on myself at this moment.
So going back to the game, let's say I go and I build a warehouse, right? And I believe when I built a warehouse, it takes 9 minutes for it to be used. If I go to be constructed, if I wait, let's say it's building for 3 minutes and then I close out of the game, when I log back into the game, let's say an hour from now, will it be built, or do I have to wait the additional 7 minutes for the structure?
No, it should be built.
Okay, so stuff could be farmed, and the game keeps going even though you're not in the game. Like you could be offline and the timer still keeps running. Your crops will keep growing, and so on and so forth.
Yep, sure. So the plants, the buildings, like everything which is time consuming, is calculated on the server. So you don't have to keep game running all the time somewhere.
Okay, that's good to know, because I was I was confused how that would actually work. When I started in the game, the crop space, it was 9 blocks. It was 3 by 3. Is there a way to grow the size of your farm down the road where I could maybe have 10 different blocks that are growing vegetables?
So at the moment, your NFT pass controls the amount of plots that you have. Because you have the gold pass, it's like 9. People with bronze pass have 7. People who have Veggie NFT have 12. There is a plan to launch additional in-game NFTs, plots in forms of NFT, which we will be able to mint or buy on the secondary and expand it this way. but that should be more expensive than getting the correct pass from the beginning, I believe.
Yeah, you would be able to get up the leaderboard further, and then you'd be able to generate more revenue. So that makes sense. How frequently can somebody who is playing the game withdraw their Matic into their wallet?
Currently, all the withdrawals are made once per week. So the game runs in UTC time. So each Monday at midnight, like on the very start of each Monday, people receive their Matic earnings.
Okay, cool. How do levels work?
The levels are also binded to those experience points that you earn inside the game. I have even a sheet with the levels and amount of experience points that needed to achieve each level somewhere in the wiki in the Wedges Farm website. So basically, it's some amount of experience that you need to earn before you and after some amount, there is an automatic level up.
How long have you been developing the game for?
Basically, I start somewhere in October.
So from development to launch was what, about 2 months it took you? Because you said you started.
Yeah, 1.5 months to some preview for the first people, for the first external people.
Do you have any plans in the future to start streaming the game itself on Twitch?
Well, unless there will be a PvP part, I don't think that it could be really engaging for the Twitch streams, but I don't know. It's like more mediative kind of game, which like takes some time to grow something, to upgrade something, then maybe some action inside the gold mine in the mini game. But I haven't seen some people streaming some Candy Crush like games in the Twitch recently, to be honest.
I've seen some pretty lame games on Twitch, and like your game is a lot more enjoyable than that. Like I've seen people do, like you said, Candy Crush or like a Tetris type game, and yours is definitely a lot more engaging, I think, than something like that.
Well, if you say so, then thanks for the hint. I will consider for sure.
I have no Twitch account, but I'll create a Twitch account and I'll start streaming Edgy Veggies on there for you. I'll have the veggie farm done.
Thanks. I will like watch all of your streams if you will do it.
So, what's been the most difficult part about starting this project? Has there been any really difficult things that you've encountered, whether it be the game development or finding an audience that would want to do this, or your marketing, or just building a community in general?
Well, for me, as for a software engineer, the most problematic is and probably will be the marketing parts and all this kind of stuff. But when you like inside the NFT community for a while, you starting to understand all the main principles of marketing in this space. So I hope that I will improve in this area also.
Well,
And particularly, if you will ask me, the most time-consuming or problematic part of the game. It was first one. It was to figure it out how to understand how to incorporate the Polygon NFTs that are minted inside of OpenSea inside the game. And the second one, it took me, I believe, 4 days to figure out how to write the appropriate smart contract, which will fulfill all the needs for this game. So it was also challenging, I believe. For 4 days, I've been sitting on the one particular task.
Are there a lot of NFT artists in the country, or is it something that's kind of relatively new? Because I don't run into too many artists from Ukraine or Russia or really anywhere from the former Soviet Union.
Well, from what I see, there's a lot of girls who are doing the paintings like one-to-one in forms of NFTs. Like the most amount of nude girls painting in the NFT space, which you see, probably it's coming from this area. This I know for sure.
Okay. So you got your Discord. It's up to like 6,000 members, I think, when I went in there today. What are some tips that you give somebody that's a newer artist in how to grow their community on their Discord channel?
Well, to be honest, from those 6K members, 4K members are dead or bots. It came after I did several giveaways with some so-called marketing guys, which wasn't the correct marketing, if you could say so. So, to be honest, marketing is a problem in this crypto space because every time someone wants to rug you and to put you into some kind of a scam. So this is what left from some of the previous marketing attempts. Others are mostly the real users. So what I learned in this space from the marketing perspective and what I'm doing myself regularly, and by the way, each and every of you guys who are interested in the marketing can do is to do some Reddit giveaways. There are several communities in Reddit which are NFT related. But if you just put the NFT giveaway there, it won't probably take needed attraction. So usually, if you want to have a successful giveaway, and when you're doing the giveaways, one of the steps in order to participate could be to join your Discord server. So one of the steps, just after you post your giveaway, you need to put some traffic towards to it. I won't make any advertisement for some third-party services, but you can find it easily yourself. There is a tons giveaway hosts here in Twitter who will for reasonable amount of money put a task for their cash giveaway for people to go and upvote your Discord post. And this is how you gain in the traction. You need to have first 20 or 30 upvotes, and that's it. After that, if your project is okay, it gets attention from the normal Discord members who are interested in NFTs, and it can end my top giveaways were 500, 600 upvotes and 600 participants. in the single giveaway of 3 NFTs. And one of the tasks in this giveaway was to join the Discord server.
Okay, so incorporate some sort of giveaway. I guess we have kind of an advantage with Polygon with giveaways. We don't really have to suffer too much from gas or anything like that. So we do have a little bit of an advantage over Ethereum projects to build our communities through just doing giveaways with simple tasks like that. Join a Discord, retweet this tweet, like this tweet, so on and so forth. I think.
Yeah, you are totally correct. It's like when you do any giveaways on the Ethereum network, it's like every time $40-$60 to just send an NFT. So yeah, it could be consuming. And on Polygon, it's much easier.
Have you done any collaborations with any other projects to try to get you?
Not yet, but I will for sure.
Well, you have a huge Polygon community that's always in support of everybody, so you have plenty of people to pick from.
Yeah. This is what I'm thinking about also. And again, everything consumes some time. Collaborations also consume some time because you need to like think how to do it properly. And from time to time, I find myself in between of what to do in the next, I don't know, 20 hours. I have what to do to incorporate next building into the game, or to go figure out to do another giveaway or to make some collaboration. So I really believe that like in a month or so I will have a bit of more free time with the game. It will be like more than enough content, and I will be able to spend a bit of more time on the collaborations, all the marketing stuff, etc.
Yeah, I'll share something with you where you were saying, going back to the marketing, you have to be really careful, not just in the NFT space, but in the crypto space in general, with how many people say that they're an influencer, how many people say that they're a marketing company, how many people say that they could even just help you along the way. I mean, there's so many of these people that are so-called influencers on Twitter, and it looks like they have 100,000 followers, and then when you start drilling down into it, you realize that it's all bots. And these people, they charge like crazy amounts of money to do next to nothing that's beneficial for your project. And uh, back in back in April, I think it was back in April, um, I was helping launch a cryptocurrency project, and we had a marketing company that was going to do a whole bunch of stuff for us. They were going to do Reddit posts, they were going to do X number of tweets, and then we got to pick from certain influencers, and just like a ton of stuff. They were going to help write the medium, and we paid like $15,000 for these people, and everything looked legit. We did conference calls with these people over Zoom, saw them face to face, invested $15,000. They gave us the whole like plan of how everything was going to go, and then they disappeared with the money. So,
Been there, done that, to be honest. I like even scared to think about amounts of money that I lost on this scam stuff. But with experience, you start to understand, at least you start to think that you understand how to distinguish the real ones from the fake ones. I still don't have the exact algorithm how to distinguish them, but at least I started to understand, like to analyze the following base, the who likes the posts under this account, etc.
Yeah,
But
you definitely learn some expensive lessons in cryptocurrency.
yeah, but everything have its price, I've lost about, but it wasn't one time. but overall, I believe I've lost about 8K on the fake marketing.
Yep.
So everything have its price.
So, what do you have planned for down the road? It says on your roadmap once you sell through everything that you're gonna possibly launch another game. Is that game gonna be incorporated into the same format? Is it gonna be able to interact with the Edgy Veggie game, or is it gonna be a completely separate game?
Well, I'd like it to share some resource base like internal currency, but the game itself, I hope that I will have enough resources to build the proper 3D game with the VR capacity, with VR capabilities. Because VR is something that I like really like. I support this technology for more than 5 years now. I've been in different kind of summits, and I even tried to push the VR technology in 2018 across different industries. And trust me, like
Sorry, I muted you by accident. Are you there, Edgy Veggie?
hello, yeah, I'm back. So as I told that I'm fond of VR, I like been pushing this technology for years now into different industries and not without some big success. So the next game I want to do will be with VR capabilities, and for sure the 3D one. But I need a bit of resources in order to make it. So when this current project will be successful, I will start a new one, but it will share like some internal stuff, like internal currencies, etc. So people who have a currency from Veggies Farm will be able to spend it inside another game. So it will be a series of different game projects which will share the same base.
Now, you were saying internally, like the play to earn element could pretty much go on forever, as far as covering the cost of it. Now, is there any type of issue you might have as far as like legally with tax purposes and stuff like that to give any sort of redistributions to people as far as any type of governing bodies go?
Well, it depends on the people origin, heavily depends, to be honest. But if you do it correctly, like from the game publisher point of view, you won't have any issues. It's like up to people to report or not report their taxes, and this rule applies more or less worldwide.
Yeah, 'cause I know there's been a couple NFT mining projects that have had a little bit of legal problems. I just wasn't sure if that would fall into the same category with you in play to earn. I haven't really talked to anybody with play to earn. I think the mining type of um, style would kind of fall different legally because it's more of like earning an APY versus earning like a gambling element. Not really sure how it goes. I was just curious if you looked into that or if that's any type of concern for you.
Well, particularly for mining, a lots of governments across the globe make special tax rules for miners and everything related. And if you go back to play to earn, for sure this is additional income that should be regulated somehow. So if the crypto is regulated in particular region, in particular country, then there are strict rules to report your earnings and taxes. Even if the crypto is not regulated, if you have additional income, you're supposed to pay the taxes as a beneficiary of this particular process. The game publisher have limited liability on this stuff because you cannot control whether or not people will report this additional earning to appropriate instances inside the country. So usually this is done between the agreement which you need to sign between you as a publisher and the end player in form of checkbox like any license agreement. Yes, I accept to give my soul to you and everything that no one reads. This is kind of what should be implemented also in my game. Currently, I don't have the proper legal text, but I already met with some people who promised to help me out with this particular moment.
If anybody has any questions for Edgy Veggies, I'm going to wrap up pretty soon. So if you want to come up and just say hi or ask them a question about the project, feel free. So the game is also, it's available on both Android, iOS, and on PC, right?
It's available in form of the progressive web application. I found it problematic to make native executables for iOS and Android because of different markets limitation. For example, I still cannot receive a payment inside any Google application which I will publish because of my country residence. So in order to do so, I need to start a company inside the US or some offshore company like Cyprus, for example. And only after that, I will be able to publish the software which will be able to accept the funds from the end players. This is according to rules of Google. And then there comes another obstacle because all these guys like to control all the payments, and all the payments supposed to go through their payment gateways. So probably all of you or majority of you know what's going on currently between Apple and Epic Games on this huge case. I don't want to bring myself into the same situation from the very, very beginning. So this is exactly why I decided to start distribution of the game via the progressive web applications. And the technology currently supports almost everything that I need for iOS and for Android. It runs pretty smooth. So this was the decision.
Very cool. So is there anything I missed that you might want to share with everybody regarding your project?
Well, probably that were all the questions. We covered almost or literally everything, I believe. If someone have any additional questions or some topics to discuss, I would be more than happy to participate, answer, suggest, like any advice I can give in regards to game dev or something. Don't hesitate to ask. I'm here.
All right. Well, I guess we'll wrap it up. We've been going for about 50 minutes. If you guys can check out the website, it's veggiesfarmgame.com. Follow Edgy Veggies here on Twitter. You could go on to his Instagram. Got a bunch of followers on his Instagram. He has a Discord channel opened up. Game's really cool. I could vouch for it. I was playing it earlier today, and Edgy was asking me if I got logged in, and I didn't answer him for about an hour because I was playing the game and not paying attention to him. So it is a lot of fun. It's time consuming. It's good if you just need to get a break from life. And I had a lot of fun playing it. I'm going to continue playing it too. I appreciate you coming out here. I know it's super late by you. I don't want to really have you hang on too much longer, but very cool of you to come out and talk to the community about what you have going on. Feel free to stop by our spaces if you're ever up this late at night, and I'll see you on probably Dave and Beluga show or on the Mega and Creative show earlier in the day.
Sure, sure. From myself, thank you very much for arranging this space. It was a great pleasure to have such a nice conversation. I will hang here for a while. Yep.
Well, we'll do our best, to help raise awareness to your project and retweet your tweets that you have. And if you have any news coming up, feel free to ever reach out to me or anybody in the community, and we'll do our best to help you out, man. Once again, I really do appreciate you coming out and giving us the time. I hope you have a great rest of your night, and I'll probably see you tomorrow on one of these spaces.
Yep, sure. Thank you.
Thanks everybody else for coming out and listening. I will be taking the weekend off starting tomorrow, long weekend. I'm going to be having a lot of snow tomorrow. So thanks again, everybody. Have a great night.